because then they'll get just outmaneuvered, outpaced. I think they just need to utilize Wish and Skylark, the heroes that we see on the screen right now, in their early abilities to take the fight. The Vessel on the Invoker, the Meteor Hammer on the Tidehunter, progress this map, and then get the Terrorblade into the fights. It's going to be an uphill battle, I feel. This isn't going to be the most comfortable of drafts that you want in your Game 1 TI qualifiers.
Already coming up against it, but we'll see how they respond to that. It's going to be a fight against time, I believe. You got to hit those timings on your Terrorblade. You got to come rocking down on those towers before they're ready on the side of Quest. That's kind of my take on this one. But yeah, definitely leaning Quest for this Game 1. That said, though, we haven't really seen a whole lot of PL.
That is true, but I think there are some, like, Troll's a good example nowadays, where Troll is comedically bad in previous patches, but because the likes of Gyrocopter coming back in, Monkey King, Sven, these heroes rising up a bit more, Troll then looks very good because his one-to-one matchups, his skill set is naturally good, and that's probably going to be the argument here for PL into the Terrorblade.
Yeah, a bit of face scuffle over the rune here, but nothing crazy going on, just using that disruption and force them back. So yeah, it's going to be 3 bounties going to Quest to start things off. Not bad. How is our mid matchup looking? We got Noob on his Pangolier versus Wish on the Invoker.
Ooh, this is a couple specialties coming out. Noob, of course, one of the, I'd say, best Pangos. I was about to say in the world.
Do it.
In the region. We'll go in the region for now. You know,
How have you not said it? Noob is one of the best Pangos in the world. I'm going to stand by my boy here.
I remember playing with Noob back when he was, you know, in his early infancy of his Pango days. But no, I don't think he's got enough international experience yet to really give him that title. Like, I'll happily say in the region though. I don't want him to be too big for his boots.
Yeah, there's just not that many Pango specialists, you know.
No, it's just monopolized by one North American.
He's very good, though. He knows the hero very well. I mean, I definitely would have said he was the best Snapfire in the world. That's for sure.
Oh,
but
yeah,
unfortunately,
easy, yeah.
Snapfire, not the hero she used to be, especially in the middle lane. Poor Snap. She kind of deserved it, though. It was a very dominant patch for her.
It was very easy. But no, in regards to the laning setup, we're going to have a lot of annoyance coming out on Noob. We're seeing how he's spamming out a lot of EMPs, a lot of cold snaps. And I think once Noob gets to his bottle and gets that water rune, should be able to kind of get himself back into the lane. But we're doing a pretty good job at just causing a little bit of delay to the efficiency of Noob. And both heroes kind of do the same thing, especially when you're cause Wex, because Pango wants Rolling Thunder to react to engagements. The same thing for Invoker. These heroes don't normally run across the map to set up the engagement. They want their opponents to be close to the tower so their TP has high value. And we'll see which hero breaks from mid lane first. Try and help.
Yeah, strong rotation potentials from both of them for sure. And, you know, whilst he might be having a tough start, he's able to come back into this lane quite quickly, so not a huge deal. Meanwhile, down on the bottom side, we got TA2000 playing on the Phantom Lancer along with Kaori on the Phoenix, and they're going to be playing against the Tidehunter and the Rubik lane. So a lot of damage reduction coming out from these guys, but of course, with that doppelganger from TA2000, he can avoid that at the right time. And we'll see how this lane kind of progresses. Yeah, should be a good start for KZ, right?
I think, yeah. So KZ's lanes are very stable. It's just, what do they do with the farm after, which was my kind of concern. They don't really have this high-pacing hero, but they should be very effective.
Yay, whoa! That was a little bit too much. Trying to get stuck in, jumping into the wave, and yeah, just gets taken down.
I mean,
not sure about that one, Chief.
It is a Tidehunter, like tied into PL. Like, this is going to be a good lane for Tide. Like, Skylark should be coming out of this lane with some Meteor Hammer, with kind of whatever he wants, and after that single death, this PL instantly queues up the Midas. Look at his quick. He went from just treads to, okay, now it's Midas time. So when I'm looking at his pubs, he actually just goes treads ags. He doesn't even care for the Midas, because that's such a high farming tool. There's Aghanims on the PL. We'll see if he does actually want to commit to that Midas or not, but I think both teams, once you get to like the ultra late game, a lot of scaling, but we are going to have the replay here. He just gets lifted back and has no doppel, so just dead, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you spend any time in the middle of this wave, and unfortunately, that's just going to happen. It's a tough time.
I was just trying to limit test the production there. I was like, okay, so they showed the death once. What level of meme are we on? You know, it's like just gonna second replay, third replay.
You're a beautiful person.
For that one, no,
I know. I mean for the future. I'm just warning them now. Like, this is the first game of Western Europe, but we've got so many more games. Like, if we're replaying a PL death, we can replay anything.
Once again, fighting down on the bottom side as Kaori and Skylar just trying to trade up. Does seem like Kaori is tanking a little bit of the brunt here of the damage from KZ to try and give TA2000 a bit of breathing room down on this bottom side, which is muchly needed. Sometimes you just got to do it. You got to throw your body at them as a support to try and buy your carrier a little bit more time, get him some more farm, and try and give him a chance of getting back into this lane. Get a bit of farm coming his way.
It's kind of like he is going for that Meteor Hammer, so all three lanes right now for KZ are going exceptionally well. 28 CS on the Terrorblade, 12 denies on the mid Invoker. Like, they're happily pulling ahead, and this is what you need to see from them, right? I said this before, the Vessel and the Invoker, the Meteor Hammer, the Tide Hunter, take away a couple early towers and force the PL and the Lycan to overlap their farm. If you don't do that, then suddenly it's going to be 3 big ticket cores all farming up and then punishing very kind of control-heavy lineup that is KZ. Are any stacks being made? How efficient are they being? And yeah, already Rubik's made a couple stacks in the jungle, nothing too crazy.
Yeah, it's on the top side. Spartan taking some hits here, but nothing more than a little bit of roasting as Nande pops that Metamorphosis and chase back Omar. In fact, does a bit more than chase him. He's trying to finish the job here, but wasn't available for Omar, at least a stick. And a Fairy Fire still in his pocket as well, so he'll be okay. Meanwhile, Spartan is currently very poor. He's got Curry coming out to him. Well, Noob making the rotation here. Hello, Pangolier coming in from the side. Spartan does catch him out, though, with the disruption. Nande trying to get himself away. They need to close his gap, and actually, Noob is holding back on this one. Doesn't want to overextend onto this fight. Okay, pretty awkward rotation, not going to lie. Noob not really getting a whole lot done up here, and Nande's actually happy to just sit in the wave and farm regardless.
Even getting the half pull, yeah. Noob is an incredibly active mid laner, but this is a rare moment for him not to connect. Doesn't help that he was a quarter away from level 6, and meanwhile, Wish, you want to leave your lane? I'm gonna hit some more denies. I'm gonna keep hitting my creeps. And this can be like a default response to mid laners if they can feel the denies going against them. But, yeah, good stuff from KZ. I keep wanting to say Menas, but seeing that logo is really just tripping me out.
Yeah, it's I don't know why they have the old one, but that might happen a couple of times. But they are KZ, no longer Manaspa. Keep that in mind. Apologies if we skip that one up sometimes, but yeah, middle lane, Wish just proving why Noob does not want to be in this middle lane anymore. It's so annoying. You see amount of spells this hero can throw out at the moment, like he's just getting health from everything as well. It's difficult. It's a tough time.
It also helps with Cold Snap against Pango when you're trying to get that roll up into your ultimate. If you get hit by any Cold Snap plus cheap damage, you're suddenly kind of stuck in a window where you're not really aggressive, and they're going to be doing that now. They can start with the disruption.
Yeah, Desire trying to get the lift off here. Doesn't quite get in range for it, but with the fade, but with the Cold Snap, with the damage coming through, they will be able to take down Noob regardless, and the TP comes in from Kaori far too late to help out the Pangolier. And that'll be a nice little pick-off.
Yeah. Also 1-4 on the Wisdom Rooms. Kind of missed that about 50 seconds ago, but yeah, XP evenly distributed and a really nice pick-off. So Noob, the hero that we were kind of hyping up a little bit, failed rotation to top, dies again in the mid lane, or not again, but dies in the mid lane. This is not what you kind of expected from Quest. They are often extremely efficient with their early rotations.
Oh boy.
Oh, and the block.
Yeah, I think Omar might be in some trouble here as well. The block even helping out as if they needed it. And Spartan claims the kill. He's like, I got those poisons on him. I'm taking that one.
I didn't expect the lanes to be this good for KZ. I kind of expected it to be a little bit more even in farm, maybe not as many kills going. Of course, it's only 4, but this kind of felt like the game where it'd be like 0 kills for like 9 minutes, 10 minutes, and then suddenly the game would slowly break open. But yeah, KZ doing a very good job, even with these heroes just to keep poking around a noob. He steps up the river once again, and the 3 heroes, they're back. It's round 2.
They are indeed. He's in that little ball of death, but once again gets the swashbuckle up to the high ground, and this time the rotations come in a little bit quicker from the supports on Quest, helping Noob out. And they'll be here to save the day, so far... Wow, somehow gets clipped by that tornado.
A lot of time and resources being thrown into Noob, though. The Lycan farms top, the PL farms bottom. These might be things that we have to talk about in like 20 minutes time. It's like, oh, if only they'd shut down this hero. Dominatus complete. Also, Midas, I think, is about to be complete on the PL. I'm just going to find him. He's, deep in the jungle. Oh, he's gone back for the... He just changed it. I just clicked on him. It had Midas. Then he done the old double switcherino, but still. This is maybe him filling out the... Sorry, go on.
He had a lane. Look at his net worth. He's not struggling at all in this game. In fact, he's doing pretty damn well. So they got the one kill on him, and then they kind of just moved all forces over to the middle lane. And yeah, you're talking about no pressure on the side lanes. And this is exactly why TA2000, who was feeling like he was going to have a really tough time, has now suddenly gone, you know what? I'm going to be okay. I'm going to get my Aghanims. I'm going to scale into this one. And for people that don't know, I'm going to give us a quick refresher on the Aghanims on PL, the old Spirit Lance.
It just bounces twice on enemies, so just allows it to bounce around the fight. It's a farming tool. He can clear through the waves. Also gives him a little bit more damage on it. So just from a distance, he's pumping out an egregious amount of damage without needing to commit. Yeah, I like the fact that you go first for him. I feel like Aghs is also a very good tower defending tool because you can be in the tree line, put it onto the creep wave, spawn the illusions, clear out the wave, and then disengage. So yeah, I was worried that Midas would be too greedy. Not too greedy, but it plays into what KZ's doing right now. The fact that they pulled ahead in the laning phase, the fact that all 3 KZ cores are very much in that 4K net worth bracket, easily going to be itemizing for the kind of the 18-minute mark. Like that first Roshan is kind of what I look towards for KZ to make their stamp in the game, or make their mark in the game, sorry. But for Quest, it's like you buy a Midas, you buy a Helmet Dominator and Lycan, there's a lot of farming time still required. So yeah, I like the pivot, I like the change up. But still, KZ, they're the ones smoked up, still trying to do things. This minimap looks very scary. All these arrows just kind of pointing towards this Lycan. Will he die though?
Yeah, that is a question. Considering he's got no mana for Shapeshift, it might be tricky. I mean, he's got the Healing Lotus, which would give him enough, but yeah, you got to be quick off the mark here. The Invoker coming in, the TB ready to just unleash with Metamorphosis as well. Even a Dragon Lance already finished up on Nande. He's had the best game out of anybody in this game so far. Just absolutely freely last sitting up here in the top side. You pick this offlane Lycan, and yeah, you do give the Terrorblade a pretty free time up here, so he's going to be a threat throughout this game.
And what a return. I know we spoke about this in the pre-show, but Nande, he played with KZ in Tour 2 and prior, and then in Tour 3, he was like, you know what, boys? I'm going to join Into the Breach. Yeah, they finished like 6th or something, or 5th. They didn't do too well. But KZ, they still finished 3rd. They had PO65 instead. And then when they come to the qualifiers, Nande's like, I have no idea who contacted who. But the fact that he did return, it's kind of wholesome, you know? Maybe Nande wanted to try and join a different team, and then he realized, wait, I had everything I wanted back at home. I didn't need to leave. You know? I'm sure
the
there's some
grass is always greener on the other side.
There we go.
Got cold feet, and then he's like, wait a minute, I love you. And comes back home to play Happy Families. But yeah, no, it's a great start.
Yes, for 10 minutes.
Yeah, very happy family. 68 on this TB. They, yeah. Toby's, I don't know. What do we think? Is Toby going to die?
And that was the question I asked when we first started the pause, Nomad. But you didn't.
Yeah, I know. But now I'm looking at it again. I'm like, actually, oh wait, there's a double damage rune on the Invoker. Toby's going to die, I think.
You think he is?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's find out. Is Nomad
Here we go,
an idiot?
and...
Oh, he just stood still. Of course he's going to die.
Really respond to that. In comes the ultimate, but they've got a lot of damage coming on down, and they will be able to finish the job. But Noob looking for a bit of revenge here, coming through with the Rolling Thunder. And, well, Spartan should be dropping here. They need a little bit more damage. Meanwhile, Nanda's just plastering into Kaori. He's going to be forcing out the ultimate here from Kaori. Toby taking some heavy damage from this, though. He's got that Arcane Seal on him, so he's taking more damage from the Supernova than before. And Noob's able to jump away on the sidelines as well. Yeah, Nanda, he needs a target, though. They are keeping their distance. If they can juke him out here, he could be in some trouble. So, yeah, time to hit the jungle, methinks.
Nice aggression. And that entire time, Toby, he was doing a really nice job just getting those body blocks. He was trying to kind of set up on that egg as well, but unable to connect.
But this is it, though, right? Like, look at the net worth chart, you know? Through this one little engagement, there's one little skirmish where the TV's not hitting creeps, and all of a sudden, TA2000 just overtakes it instantly in a flash, you know? Obviously, it's good timing, you know? It's not like that was just happening because of that. There's other things going on. But, you know, the moment where the PL comes out on top, it's the action which Nande doesn't want to be seeing right now, unless he's getting kills for it.
I just didn't anticipate Pango to have such a hard game. I think he kind of put it on himself. But on top of that, Skylark, this Meteor Hammer, it is really progressing the map quite beautifully. Bottom tier 1 tower has fallen, mid has fallen, and now Wish, he's trying to hunt down this PL. With the SD ultimate, do they have the damage?
Well, they've got him out of mana, at least for the time being, but yeah, Tornado being back off the mark might actually allow TA2000 the escape he needs, so yeah, and then Lotus being switched in and used as well. Spartan
hates him.
A persistent little bugger, isn't he?
Ooh. Will this require a pause?
Yeah,
I don't know if Skylark can... I know he's very good at micro, but I don't know if he's going to be able to micro his webcam and his Tide Hunter at the same time. Hopefully he does turn that back on.
He's fine.
Yeah.
He's a player. Come on, Noob, just farming the enemy jungle. And talking about Noob, I do feel like if Quest win this game, then I'm pretty sure we'll be calling him the MVP, because when you look at his draft, he's the only one that can really do anything. He's the only one that can really make plays on this map, you know? You're looking at initiation, you're looking at your catch, you're looking at like everything to get on top of enemy heroes, and it's only Noob. Then you have like a shapeshift Lycan coming in on the side, okay, great. You have some illusions flying around with Spirit Lance, okay, great. But in terms of hard initiation, hard team fighting spells, you know, it is entirely on this Pangolier when it comes to cores, so... Noob, the pressure is on to make a big entrance, and now they find a great target here. Looking at the Terrorblade, dropping everything they've got onto him, and they will be able to bring down Nande. There it is. The Mystic Flare coming on through, and that's what they needed. Desire able to sidestep the Pangolier as well, and he's looking for a bit of action now because he's able to steal the Mystic Flare. And wants to just blow somebody the hell up, but doesn't quite connect on anything here. So KZ, they will just lose their Terrorblade, and they have no answer for it.
Yeah, the get in, get out, and that's what Quest needed to do. This entire stage of the game is make noise whilst TA2000 farms. Allow your heroes to recover. You've been mentioning the fact that Pango is kind of everything in regards to the team fight for Quest, but he had a bad lane. He got shut down. He's been punished. Poor rotations. That's why you don't see Quest get a kill and look for more. It's they respect the fact they are in a position of needing to just kind of get whatever they're given.
Yeah, and you can kind of feel like this lack of pressure coming out, and kind of the lack of catches. Skylark's just able to kind of be wherever he wants to be, you know? Tier 2 in the middle lane, no worries. Tier 2 in the bottom lane, no worries at all. He is feeling very unpressured right now.
This is, it's just one of those Tide games. I think one of the best teams in the world at doing this is Tundra. They identify the Tide game where he can't die and he can just run around. I think also Amar was pretty good at picking the Tide in the right spot for this when he was back on OG. And I feel like this is the same scenario. He can walk around with his Meteor Hammer, do whatever he wants. Luckily as well, he can be the Shiva's buyer that I see in his quick buy. Like, there's going to be options for him to deal with the PL as the game gets later. There's not many ways to deal with him in their lineup, but Shiva's will be at least a good start.
He's just walking behind the tower, trying to drop a hammer on a Phoenix, forces Kaori onto his little high ground here. Jesus, Skylight just wobbling around this game like a big old Chad. Feel like it's, I don't know, is it time for Quest to try and make another play with that Pangolier. I feel like they keep having to, and Noob's actually kind of doing the same thing as the Tidehunter's been doing, and just going in deep, or are they just kind of waiting for this PL to hit its timings and then go with him? That's going to be a while, though.
Ooh. Will Lycan get picked off here? Spartan leading the charge in the top side, but they don't see him. Meanwhile, bottom, there's an egg.
There is an egg, yeah, and it's going to be cracked, so maybe some omelets down here in the bottom side. Has Nande, he's silenced up, but Omar doesn't have the follow-up damage. Doesn't have a Mystic Flare to drop on him right now, so... Uh-oh, the cutoff could be real. Nande, he's in some trouble right now. If Noob is able to connect with the Rolling Thunder, trying to find him, now connects, and yeah, this is a dead Terrorblade. The kill comes through, and the tip is there. Friendly tip, though, from Kaori, because he's a wholesome guy.
The fact that the Terrorblade Rubik, they tried to kill off a Phoenix, but he has level 4 Fire Spirits, 140 attack speed slow, and he just kept them there long enough to be able to turn it around. I didn't expect that to happen from KZ. They were doing so well at their farming. But your question about how Quest needs to maybe look for that fight, they're kind of doing it indirectly, because they're forcing out top lane with Toby. They're keeping the heroes in the middle of the map. So at any minute, if they see this kind of split nature of defend top tier 2, but also look for that aggression, they know there's not going to be the entirety of KZ backed up behind this Terrorblade. So the way that the Quest is playing around with the creep waves, using this Lycan, pushing out waves, it is giving them just kind of playability in this slow net worth that they are accruing. They're not crossing the river, they're not doing anything too crazy, but they're just slowly whittling down the movements of KZ. Wish, he's been absent now. We've not had to talk about him for the last 4 or 5 minutes of the game.
Yeah, no, he's chilling. He's chilling on this Invoker. Doesn't feel pressured to go and make many plays. Do you feel like KZ have kind of let their advantage slip away somewhat?
I think it's always difficult with these heroes to ever say they have the advantage, because as much as Tide can progress some tier 1s, your Terrorblade never falls behind that pocket in the first 20 minutes to win. So I think they maybe have gone into more of an even state of the game, which is not what they really want. Yeah, bye, mate. That was a blink reveal from Skylark at least, so... Surprise?
Yeah. I have a very important question, by the way.
And I might have the answer.
What is the interaction between Tidehunter's Anchor and Shapeshift? Are we going to see Toby running around with a max speed Anchor chasing him?
No. I believe he gets...
He gets slowed?
Yeah. I believe.
Interesting. We'll see, because, I mean, nothing else slows Shapeshift in the game, but this is a leash, so I feel like it could.
I'm pretty sure.
Really interesting one to find out. Okay, very cool. Skylark making some hits. There he is, my god, Kaori committing hard to this. And in comes the Supernova as well. They're looking for Wish. They're looking for the Evoker on the sidelines here. They might just find him. They've got the Mystic Flare. Beautiful movements from Noob that's keeping locked down. And Skylark, he's just getting melted by the beam off the Kaori Phoenix on the side. But Nande, he's committing to the fight. He's turning up. Even though his Evoker's dead, even though his Tide's dead, he's going to find one kill, and he's looking for more. Kaori might be in trouble as well. He will also die. Double kill for the TB. They are out of spells. Nande knows it, and he comes in and takes full advantage. But look who's turning up. The other carry is here. TA2000 turning up to the fight. Nande says peace and just runs away through the twin gate. And there will be no chase because they've got a bigger fish to fry, and his name is Roshan.
Yeah, when you use Ravage, I was wondering maybe if Quest don't bring the PL into the engagement, this could have been KZ's Roshan, but of course Tier 2000 identifies the fact that if he doesn't turn up, they're going to give away a key objective with ease, brushes off the other carrier, and there it is. Roshan should be falling. A pitiful Sunstrike just to really assure your team, yep, they are doing it.
Yep, the 2 points and Exalt Sunstrike onto about 50 units. Probably did about 5 damage to each. But TA2000 is going to be able to get himself an Aegis now. And what a timing this Phantom Manta has just hit. Aghanim Scepter, Diffusal Blade, turn up to your first fight, get a kill, chase them away, get the Aegis, and all of a sudden, game which started like it was, looked like it was going to be terrible at the start. He had the minus queued up, no, don't forget. All of a sudden, he's living the dream.
Terrorblade, he's trying to chase towards his Butterfly. Like, Butterfly is the item for TB to play out this this PL matchup. You want to get that, get an Aegis, and try and get the game. But the fact that you don't have the Aegis, give me an issue. Toby, with the Sentry, of course, sees Wish for the split second in that ghost walk, and yep, off he goes.
Bye. Sprinting down the lane. Meanwhile, Kaori just beaming people down. You steal my spell, I steal your skin by burning it. Here we go. Another initiation in the middle lane, and Spartan's going to be on the receiving end of this one. Rolling Thunder committed, and it does get them the tower as well. And you know, that's when you'll see these players sometimes just dropping down an ultimate onto an easy support kill like this. If you secure this kill, you're going to get the objective as well, and that's what it's about.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
You can feel that sense of Titan to not being that tanky, annoying hero anymore. Like, he doesn't want to be running around the map hammering towers. He's kind of locked with his team. This is... Oh, they're even smoking up. They have Ravage. If they do want to kind of make their mark in this game, they do need to get something right now, because I'm just... the pacing just is all Quest. Like, Noob also rushed for a shard, and T2000 with the Aegis, he doesn't care. He's running around the map. He's also anchored up, to be fair.
Yep, that means he's not going to be able to throw out a doppelganger at the very least. And, well, down goes the Aegis. Okay, yeah, that's actually pretty sick. And Ravage time beautifully. Oh, Skylark! Goodness gracious me. That is a way to kill a PL. Just basically just saying, team, don't worry. 100 to 0 2 times in a row. I got you covered. And the tips coming every which way. Ooh, spicy.
I don't think many people thought Tide would be the Giga counter to early game PL, it seems, but no, that was magical. That was wonderful.
The first death, I was like, okay, all right, you've got me, and then they're just timing the Ravage perfectly, so you couldn't even get off the doppelganger. My God. Very, very nice. But Quest, they are mounting a defense here. They don't want to give away this tier 2 tower for free. And Nande, he's going to be the target. And once again, just being burnt down. So much magic damage coming out onto this TP. He needs a Sunder target. Trying to find it. Mystic Flag coming on down. They're not going to be able to save him. He's gone. Toby coming in from the sidelines now as well. Brings down Spartan. That's going to be 2. TP out from the Rubik. Gets him out to safety. Wish moving away to the sideline as well. Looks like he's going to get away. But another death for Nande. You know, you got to be saying at this point, it's a couple now which he's been on the receiving end of. Is he playing it a little bit too fast and loose? Does he need to be a little bit safer on this TB before he has this BKB or at least a couple more items to tank him up a bit? But doesn't look like he's going for that.
No, yeah, he's going for the butterfly to deal with the diffusal burn of the PL, but then it still doesn't deal with the magic damage of the PL Ags and the nuisance that causes. It's a very difficult matchup. And on top of that, Kaori tipping the Tidehunter after Tidehunter tipped the PL, so Kaori got the back of his carry now that they kill off the TB. So lovely little tip game occurring there. Of course, Kaori just trying to help his team out no matter way, because if look at him, he's nearly got his Hex.
You know, if we wanted the graphics team here at PGL to hate us forever, we should request a graphic where every tip is then mapped on like a chart where we see each player's face and then the tip out in arrows going.
I've not asked for this before. But no, now that you're listening, production, we've had about 9 tips. I'm hoping you're keeping track. But Noob.
Yep. They are going to unleash it onto Skylark. I mean, they're just trying to burn him down. The anchor is out onto Noob, but it's not doing a thing. He's just dragging the anchor around. Okay. All right. We're learning, guys. That was important. That was a learning death from Skylark, which in a way is the best death of all. But yes, anchor does absolutely nothing to a rolling, thundering Pangolier. Not sure that's a surprise to many people, but Spartan taking some pretty heavy hits here. And there's a cube coming at him. Oh, my God. Luckily, it's his team. Toby trying to chase it, but can't quite keep up.
7k lead to Quest. All this noise happening in the mid game, and Quest are just slowly building up the lead. I like the fact.
Yeah, there were some nice kills, some nice movements, but ultimately they've just been farming better. They've just been playing this map.
And Wish, he got 9,300 gold. His laning phase was exceptional. He out-denied the Pangolier. He got the kill with his support's rotation. But then he started smoking up with his team. He got dragged into the need to play the map, and yeah, with only 1 kill to his name, he's not been able to scale up, and that is where you were seeing kind of the big net worth disparity, because Terrorblade's doing an exceptional job, of course, at still being #1, but where's the other dire cores? They're kind of being left behind, and AC Lycan getting the shot. Ooh, Lycan getting shard. That's a nice one. Getting those waves automatically pushed out by the walls. On top of that, you have an AC aura to give to your PL as well in this matchup against the Terrorblade. This is a scary timing for Quest. Hex complete on Phoenix. Like, I'm actually afraid. I don't even want to look at all the items Quest have. Like, it is filthy. Pango's about to have Axe.
Click on the Phoenix.
Like,
that's all I'm saying. Click on that
Hex,
Phoenix.
Axe complete on Pangolier. Lycan's got an AC. PL's just completed the Sanjin Yasha. Like, this is their window to go, to occupy the map. And on the flip side, what does Dyer have? 2 4-staffs?
Yeah, some 4-staffs. He got some Glimmer Capes, you know. Shadow Demon has poverty.
He has a
He's
50
looking.
stone, so it's all good.
Oh, great. I'll be rich in no time. Where's his Hex? Coming soon, I hope. I do like this Phoenix build. Just Tranquil Boots into Hex. That's all you need.
That should help.
I think if you look at this build on face value, so many people are like, oh, it's so greedy. This would never work in a pub. But the reason why it works for this team is because they put Kaori to sack him into the safe lane, give him one lane to push out non-stop. If they dive him, he eggs, they TP, they kill. If they don't dive him and kill him off, he just free farms a Hex, right? So it is a really beautiful balance of understanding what your team's doing on the map to give him that Hex farm. But Quest, they consistently do it every time. Now they are smoked up, looking for a pick. Tidehunter, probably not the hero you want to try and go on first. The lanes are already getting pushed out by Terrorblade on the bot side of the map and the top by Invoker. So quite an uncomfortable smoke from Quest here. Not really netting anything.
Yeah, just kind of using it to watch Skylark hit the creep waves. It's less than ideal, but nevertheless, you know, again, these guys, they've never felt really pressured to make many moves. You know, they don't have the cat. We talked about that a lot, but again, it's just a Pangolier, and that's all they need. And they're happy to just kind of let their draft scale into the late game and kind of not really push their advantage too hard here. And yeah, just try and maintain it. And that's ultimately been working for them so far. We'll see in the next major team fight exactly how that's going to go down. What needs to happen for both of these teams if we do see that Roshan fight, which should be coming up soon?
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Are we looking for a big ravage on the Tidehunter, or is it like all about just killing off one of these heroes before they get off their transformation abilities like the Pango?
Yeah, pretty much. It's make sure that the Tidehunter connects on a clean ravage, follow-up damage on top with the telekinesis. Issue is, I think what we saw, when they killed off the PL with the Aegis, that was like what could happen as well in a bigger fight. If they use everything for the PL, there's a Phoenix, the Pango, the Lycan, all very damage intense heroes still yet to be dealt with, and that's where KZ need to be so mindful of how they take the fights. You also could argue maybe the full 5-on-5 isn't what they want to be going for right now. Look for a couple more picks, wait until they have a little bit more control built into the lineup, but that is going to be many minutes away. Roshan up in about a minute's time.
That's the minute we're most important. That's most important at the moment. That's the minute we're looking at. KZ need to make their way over to this top side of the map. They need to be able to contest this. I mean, as far as they're aware, Roshan could be up at any minute, so already I feel like their movements are a little bit slow. Being super cautious here about pushing out this wave and trying to get control of this top area.
Okay,
you know through and it'll tell them.
Sorry, no, this is so important. You know the game's Doom and Gloom? The Tidehunter just sold his Meteor Hammer to complete the Shivas. Like, he understands the importance of this Roshan fight.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of selling Meteor Hammer to
selling it.
No,
man, careful. Mate, this is a official DPC broadcast. You can't be saying you're a fan of selling items, okay? Please.
I am. Meteor. People hold on to Meteor Hammer way too long. It's like a comfort blanket for some people. Like, I've had it since the start of the game.
What, you think standing still for 2 seconds at a 40-minute fight is really cool?
Spartan is dead, in case anyone was wondering. And there you go. As Quest, they just swap over to the Radiant side. They're like, all right, didn't spawn top, no worries. Down to the bottom side we go, and yeah, like, KZ showing absolutely zero signs of contesting this Roshan. They'll see it's up with a Sunstrike, and yeah, I mean, Wish is giving them this information just to know where KZ are going to be. You know, that's it. They're just scouting it out, giving them the info, but they don't care. They want a
Hit the
little bit
tier
more
3.
money.
Roshan for tier 3. It's all the small wins right now for KZ. Oh, they're not even gonna get it. Oh.
The illusion turned around to hit creeps. Goddamn, Nanda, you're so greedy. Might not have been able to finish it off in the time it had left. It was timing out pretty quick. It is a tower deniable.
Oh, there's another one.
Oh, the illusion's coming in. Omar, you gotta time it. Doesn't even try. It's like, I'm a Scarath Bridge, bro. What do you expect from me?
The double TP in top, they're looking for Wish. They've seen him on a couple sentries. Well aware of his positioning right now, but not really the best lockdown to try and kill him off here. You need to like awkwardly swoop in with a Hex. Yeah, Wish doesn't put himself in that position. It feels like KZ were happy to concede the Aegis with the knowledge that BKBs are on the horizon for them, right? Terrorblade's soon to get one, Invoker's soon to get one. Maybe
I was wondering what
Aegis.
timing they were waiting for. Yeah.
It doesn't feel great, especially when you're lacking damage to get the kills, and then the items that you're waiting for are survivability items. It's not as if they're going for that kind of, oh, don't worry guys, we got the Daedalus on the side for TB or something, right? It's very much just the BKBs.
Yeah, but nevertheless, it is a important timing, especially for this TB, who's had a lot of trouble with all the magic damage coming through. Meanwhile, once again, Spartan makes it actually through the portal this time and immediately disrupts himself from the other side, not to die to the magic damage, but then a Lycan just comes through and bites him in the ass. Sort of
Like
rude.
Spartan's done this before. There's like deja vu now.
We do a bit of dying. Meanwhile, they've almost taken a range barracks just from these goddamn TB illusions.
We're gonna pause.
Okay, a little pause, a little DC, no worries. Yeah, these they need to do something about these TB illusions just coming in and taking these range barracks. Maybe get the lane shoved out a little bit further.
Double Philistone also running for KZ. Like Rubik and SD. Okay, this game's gone a long time. Let's hold up. Oh, attempt to again in the webcam. Again, like you look at the wider. Actually, don't worry. We're not going to look at the wider items. I missed my marks. That's my bad. Sorry. Go down. Yeah.
What's Omar Sims looking for? He's going for the Blink Dagger next. Okay. So yeah, neither of these supports building any supporting items at all. A Hex on one and an Atos on the other. Just like my pubs. And he's going to go for the Blink Dagger next on the Skyrath Mage. Going to give him the positioning to always be ready to catch out this TB. That's what it's all about. Catch out anybody who's caught by that Rolling Thunder and try to follow up with the damage before they can get up that BKB. That's what it's all about. But doesn't look like Toby could be in some trouble now. He doesn't have the shapeshift. He just used it to kill off Spartan, but he's going for the TP out, and it will be successful. Nice call there from the Lycan. The anchor not cancelling the TP.
But he used meta on Nande.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's what he tried to kill through BKB, so it pops the meta, and now 130 seconds. Quest, they have the Aegis, they can just disengage. And this needs to be the smoke window now, if you're Quest. Group up, punish the fact that Nande was very giddy on using that, the fake ultimate of Terrorblade. And yeah, with the DD rune there, barreling it down the lanes, they see such a big window.
Yeah, you got to pull up some question marks here. Like, how does this next kind of 5 minutes play out now? The quests are coming for you.
Oh, Amar, he was so close. He just blinked on top of the SD, but Spartan was able to get to the high ground.
Dude, look at this down the bottom. Skylark just shoving out the wave. He's got his TB illusion with him as well, his little buddy.
Yeah. Same thing for Nande's positioning. He's put himself in the center of the map so he can get those illusions skipping the mid wave. If they can kill these creeps here, KZ should be able to survive long enough to not really lose too much due to the lack of meta. So, yeah, KZ doing a pretty good job of that. Skylark, he didn't waddle up to the high ground. He doesn't have his hammer anymore, so
No
I don't know why he's here.
I mean, he's here because he forced the entire team back whilst they've got Metamorphosis on cooldown, right? Surely that's a win.
But there were no creeps, Nomad. They'd already been skipped.
True. Look, I'm just trying to help a watermelon out, okay?
That's fair. Sometimes you get carried away.
already
So sometimes you're like, boys, just cancel the TPs, and then you die. It's like, why didn't you cancel them? It's like, just because you say and you ask to cancel it doesn't mean we just instantly get strong enough to get into the middle of the fight.
Pass my global stun.
I do love when that happens in like pub games. It's like, just cancel the TPs. It's like, mate, I'm a Crystal Maiden with Tranquil Boots at 50 minutes. What am I going to do, Chief?
My favorite is when someone's split pushing that. Tell me when they TP and they've literally already TP and you're like,
Yeah, they're just in the fog. You have no vision. It's like, I think they could have TP'd. Yes, in those scenarios, I just lie. I'm like, they TP'd. It's like, I'd rather you live than maybe you die and be upset with me.
Win-win.
Do you ever lie to your
Once again.
teammates?
All the time.
Okay.
My favorite one is picking like some weird hero, and then when they like question mark it, I'm just like, oh no, RTZ did it. It's a get out of jail free card every time.
Sure.
Every time.
Mine's
No
always
other
like,
question
Blink was on
now.
cooldown or
Okay.
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I could have. I couldn't ravage. My Blink was on cooldown. It's like, nope. I was shopping. Either way, Quest, they are walking up to the high ground. And now, KZ, they're going to have to do something in the fight, right? Meta is back
Surely.
available. They have survived the no meta window.
Skylark just jumping into the middle of everybody. Demonic Cleanse coming out on Tim here. He's just taken to the front lines and trying to force back. And yep, that's all it takes. Just Watermelon slowly rolling at them. And Quest are like, nope, my God. That's a lot of respect. But yeah. What do they fear, T? What is it they're worried about?
Radiant's bottom barracks are under
I think
attack.
it's just the numbers that they have, right? The Phoenix was in the mid lane. He was having to deal with this Terrorblade who's been very, very annoying. Like, you've also lost the range racks. KZ, they're not really playing traditional Dota anymore. They're playing the Rat Dota, right? They got their Terrorblade. And there's even two wards. There's two Radiant wards in their own jungle to try and find the Terrorblade in this position. But they've yet to capitalize on finding him and actually killing him off. So if Quest are to be the aggressors with their 10k lead, they've even wasted out the Aegis. They need to get themselves all three
Kill the
lanes up
dragon.
the river and then go. They're going to kill this? Wait, who had...
There was a dragon on the top side. I think likely just accidentally left his Helm of the Overlord creep behind when he TP'd away. So they just got a free dragon. No worries. But yeah, Tormentor now killed off. And this one is going to go to TA2000. So he's now got the Juxtapose ability.
Yep. All shards are now complete on the side of Quest. If they are to go for another Tormentor at some point, they'll be gaining gold instead. There they are. I think KZ, they're doing very well at dodging. But it never feels nice just dodging the entire game. The fact that your Terrorblade lineup has just never taken a fight in nearly 17, 27 minutes pretty much.
I was going to ask,
spooky.
are these guys ever going to have to fight each other? Is it just going to go down to a base race where no one actually dies for the rest of the game? Or
Yeah, 100%. I hope you're ready.
Is under attack.
Just look at the minimap. You can tell KZ doesn't want to play because they're just skipping top, skipping bot. And our Quest is like, guys, we are so strong. We want to get to their base. But if we do, at any minute, TB could just appear from the jungle, meta this Rax. And now we're torn between trying to take a Rax, defending our own Rax, and then there's a Blink Ravage and things go wrong. So I think KZ really are from behind dragging Quest to exactly where they want them to be. This is really weird, but
this
fair
is
play,
so
KZ.
yeah, this is somehow I'm not surprised. I don't know how, but this is what I expected from KT. And nice D-ward coming out from Spartan there. You always got to check these mighty mines, these two ward spots on top of the mines. Very, very sneaky, but everybody knows about them now.
And Wish completed the Aghanims whilst all this has been happening. So now when you hit that Ravage, you're going to have that.
Ooh.
Just going to double check it is still Cataclysm. It is. Whew.
It is.
I was waiting for like 7.34 to have some like, it's now actually, no, but Cataclysm, get those double Sunstrikes, probably could kill off a Sky, put a Pango in half HP. I don't think you're really killing off too many heroes, but you're at least putting them all in a, we need to retreat from the fight situation. And if a Terrorblade's there, then 100% they're all going to be going down.
Are we going to get a fight, and what is that fight going to look like? 'Cause it's been such a long time since we've seen an engagement that the power levels of all these heroes are kind of lost in the sauce a little bit.
Do you remember how to cast? Like, have you
I'm not
You've
sure.
not had to hype
Well,
anything
I'm
up?
very scared.
Okay. Oh,
gonna
here
happen?
it is. Quest are smoked up. Prepare yourself, Nomad. This is your big break. This is your moment. They're going to find the illusion.
All right.
Ooh.
All right. 2,000. They're leaving the bounty ring. You know they mean business. Went out. Never mind. I don't mean business. Noob picked it up in front of the illusion. So it will be now seen.
Smoke
KZ.
on smoke action.
Yeah, they're kind of holding the area.
Refresher on type. That's key. That's key.
Ooh, that is. Yeah, no buyback. It also means don't forget. So
Radiant's
we do have to consider buybacks for the next fight, and nobody really has any. Pangolier has one. PO should have one as well. So yeah, Quest looking a little bit better on buybacks.
This is so
To say that
obnoxious.
might come back for KZ, but
Just look at mid lane. Look what's happening. Quest have just left their base and the illusions are just doing it by himself. It's been a long
do you
time since
feel
I've
like they're
seen
not
this level
shoving
of
these lanes
Terrorblade.
out enough, or is this just always going to happen?
I think it's always going to happen because they don't have a Boots of Travel hero that can do it. I'd argue maybe Noob should have bought Boots of Travel by now. I think he just put it into his quick buy, but that would have been super helpful. And of course, they're looking at Roshan. It's been Sunstrike. Meanwhile, mid lane, knock knock, hello, it's Terrorblade. And sure, I think Noob has fixed the problem by throwing his body here.
Yeah, I mean, it's still getting low. It's still getting very low indeed. Yeah, catapults and illusions. And meanwhile, Quest just trying to defend this Roshan area without him. But Pangolier does have the boots of travel. Can come back whenever it's required. Question is, does he want to shove this wave in mid another time just to relieve that pressure for the next few minutes?
The main thing, he doesn't want to show now because he will
doesn't
show
want
the
to
Boots of
show.
Travel. Exactly. Because they think he has mana boots. So it's like, oh, maybe he's going to have to TP to the gate. It'll be a long TP. But now he shows and yeah.
Yeah,
They
he
should
also
be
doesn't
aware.
know where they are as well. So he assumes they're waiting around this Radiant Roche area, but you can never be sure. But now Roshan is up. PL immediately getting to work. Surely this is the fight. KZ, they're in the area. They need to do something about this. They don't have the vision at the moment, though. How do they get into this pit? How do they start this engagement? Do they start this engagement? Skylark is here. He's got the refresher orb. He's itching to use it. The Rubik illusion is going to be sent forwards here, and immediately they'll just come out and destroy it. So they know there is somebody home. Rolling Thunder being hooked up. Noob, he's going to pop it, but they don't actually catch him. They do catch, though, with the Cataclysm, the Phoenix, but it's just the immediate buyback from them. Meanwhile, Nanda, he's taking so much damage from all these PL illusions. He's going to have to use the Thunder and the BKB just to survive through TAT-1000, but Toby's on him as well now. He needs some help, and at the moment, he's just not getting it. But that said, the team of Quest, they don't want to leave this area too badly, especially with Skylark behind him. He's used the refresher, but he doesn't have another Ravage available because he doesn't have the mana, and now the Hex comes out. They managed to catch out the TB. The big boy is down. 3 dead on the side of KZ. Quest, this is why KZ didn't want to fight them, and what the fuck is this bug? Says Noob. I don't know what this bug is.
He jumped, so on the right hand side of the map, he started the Rolling Thunder, he then jumped, and rather than bouncing off of the sidewall, he actually just went onto the top of the side of the map. So if you look to the right hand side of Roshan, there's 2 layers to this side of the map, and he just bugged out on the side. Yeah, the entire Rolling Thunder, he was off in his own little world. He was a spectator. But they
So we didn't
still
even
were
have a
able to win the
Pangolier
fight.
in this fight, so they still won the fight. Easy peasy. And yeah, we're seeing now why KZ was so keen to just dodge them out for such a long time. They didn't want to fight them because they couldn't win this fight.
And I guess we also learned that Tidehunter with Shiva's refresher does kill off the Phoenix very easily. Look at the start of here, ready? Boom! Ravage into Cataclysm, plus the Gush and Anchor Smash easily kills them off. And see there, the Pango, because of the double layer
hell?
sidewall.
Yep,
he
he's
is
off.
Yeah.
He went all the way off the map. All right.
Yeah, so that sidewall, it needs to be just 1 level. The fact it's 2, it's treated as obviously an extra plane. And yeah, that really bugs out the Pangolier. So don't do a noob, guys.
Yeah, that's what I told my team as well, but bottom tower being taken down here. TA-2000, he's got no cares in the world. He's got this Aegis, this extra layer of protection, which is always so important in all aspects of life. Spartan, he's in trouble. Silence is out on him. He can't even disrupt himself to try and get away, and he will be dying here. Now the Rubik also getting taken down. Noob, he's just absolutely feeling no threats at all. Quest, they're looking to finish this one. Looking on Skylark as well. Now Skylark, he does have the Ravage, might have to use it, but Doppelganger goes back from the PL, being a little bit cautious. Says, whoa, jumping in on the Shadow Demon once again, taking a lot of damage. Does get himself away, but meanwhile the Barracks just getting beaten on down, then TA2000 kills him off regardless. Nande does manage to get the kill onto Noob though. Overall on the mid side, they were able to catch out the Pangolier, so that is something. Now KZ gonna try and force back TA2000, but TA2000, he's a persistent little bugger. Continues staying in the base, takes down the Barracks, and will finally decide to get himself out, but with the team behind him, you really don't want to chase this one, and actually, JK, he's back in again. What can you do? Nande looking for a target on the sidelines. Going to see Kaori here. He needs one little... Oh, they dropped the Ravage on him, but the Supernova's too quick. They will still kill him regardless, but now your Ravage is gone. Refresher Orb is available. BKB, meta used on the TB. We're going to need to see the second Ravage coming in soon before he loses all of his mana, but Pango, he's back in the engagement. He stuns up Skylark. Skylark, he's in some trouble. No buyback available if he goes down here. He needs 100 gold. He's going to pop the Refresher, but it doesn't matter. He's already dead. No buyback on the Sky at the moment, on the Tide at the moment. As 4 heroes, one of which with an Aegis, come barreling up the high ground. KZ, you've delayed this game. You bought yourself time, but it'll all be for nothing if you can't make this defense.
Tidehunter's dead for 60 seconds. They got another Ravage, but how can they stop this onslaught? Aegis still a minute.
He does have the buyback now. It just came back.
There it is.
Here's the play.
Refresher on Terrorblade as well. Could be quite a surprise.
Could indeed, yeah.
Boo.
Meta runs out, lift out onto the PL. They want to try and get his first life here. Still holding on that buyback on the Tidehunter. So patient from the side of KZ. This game for them has all been about timing. It's all been about delaying. Just enough mana on TA2000 to get off that Doppelganger. Ulti comes out from Toby as well. Lycan looking for the entry. He's got a BKB. He's got a Nullifier as well. They got to be careful. Nande could be in some trouble. He needs some help. Full stuff away. Trying to get him out. Get him to safety, but Wishes at one in trouble. He's going to fall. 75 seconds. Again, has the buyback. We're going to have to start seeing them soon. The supports are just getting absolutely destroyed. Buyback comes out from the Tide Owners. Now he tries to make his way around the backlines of this fight, and there it comes. Ravage Cataclysm. That takes out Noob. We'll look over towards the Lycan as well. He's going to fall suddenly. It's 4 dead on the side of Quest. And no buyback on that Pangolier, by the way. That was a dieback from him, and now it's a game of chasing down this Phantom Lancer. The pesky little Lancer uses the Doppel to try and get away. Jumps back in onto the Rubik. Rubik, he's taking hits here. Nande, he's pretty low also. Already having used the meta. No way does he just die here. No way does he just drop. I'm not sure what he sundered, but it wasn't very good. And now jumping in, but in comes the Phoenix. Sliding in from the sideline, brings down the TB. Sure, he's got buyback, but he doesn't have Metamorphosis for another 109 seconds. This might be the end for KZ. Buybacks coming through. TA2000 still completely unchallenged in this game. Another orb coming out, and it's gonna cook him down again. Nande just dead a second time around. Phoenix getting it done. Sure, TA2000 is a distraction, but Phoenix is the TB Slayer. And now they're coming for the jugular. I'm not sure how much left they've got on the side of KZ. Still no Pango. Quest, do they want to try and finish this one out? Do they want to go for the Megas T?
All I know is Korra is too damn good. The Hex, the Refresher, the Shard, every time TB steps up without that BKB, hexing the Sunray, it is just too much damage. Also, Ancient Seal does help in those scenarios. And their Quest, they are just not stopping. It's just been one long drawn-out team fight. And now no Terrorblade. Surely it must be over.
You'd think. If Barracks falling, they will go down. KZ, they've accepted the Mega Creep life, which they're going to have to live. Skylark, what can you do? Refresher Orb available in 1 second, but would really like to save it for the double Ravage, especially with the Cataclysm from Wish. I mean, it is available. They can do it if they want to. If he just dies here, then it's going to be very sad indeed. And yeah, it is going to be very sad. Down each goes, in comes a Cataclysm, gets, well, Toby a little bit low, but once again, those illusions from the PL, from that Aghanim's just absolutely harassing them down. 45 seconds still, they can't wait. The GG is called game number 1. It goes to Quest. They play it patient, they play the long game, and it pays off big.
Fair play to KZ, for actually getting the game to this state. I think a lot